Hello, thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk about roots. Not hair roots, no. Well, my hair's doing funny things. Instead of going more grey, it seems to be going a bit darker. Maybe it's just me being a little bit cockamamie as usual. Hey ho, we shall see. It'll probably go snow white overnight now. But not hair roots, not tree roots, but our roots, our ancestral roots. And there will be some who obviously don't know their birth parents, who will have been adopted or maybe born by surrogacy. But they will have people that they call parents, and they will have given them their roots. But they'll also have the biological ones, and very often there's a yen to get to know more about their birth mother and their father, their biological father, so that they can understand themselves, the genetic part that came with nature rather than the nurture part that the adoptive parents have introduced and comforted them with and cosseted them with, we hope. So our roots are important. They are, as I say, part of our genetic makeup. And if we lived with our birth parents, chances are that you will have met, will know about, will have heard stories about grandparents. Sadly, my maternal grandmother died when she knew that my mother was pregnant with me. So all I have are a couple of photographs of her and not much memory of her being spoken about. I don't know why that is. Well, I don't know. She was apparently a lovely, lovely woman. And I know that she used to be a cook in the secondary school that I went to. So when I was in the old area that used to be the kitchen, I would often think, I wonder if my grandma was here, if she worked in this little bit. So, yeah, we can't stop where our thoughts go at times like that. But it's good if you can get to know some of your deeper roots. And like the roots of a tree, well, a deciduous, a conifer's roots tend to be more clumped and go down and are reasonably shallow, but a deciduous tree, an old oak tree, and its roots spread out a lot further than the crown of the tree does. So it's the same with our ancestors. And I've been on one of the ancestry programs for a while now. I'll do so much and then I'm mind boggled and I will dip out and then I'll have another go. But I get frustrated that I can only see a little bit on the screen. I want to see the whole of those roots. And I have to say, I do spend a good part of the time lopping off some of the roots because I realise I've gone down a wrong road. Yeah, but the ones that have stuck, there have been about 3 whose death was registered as being in the poorhouse. And you think, goodness, what happened to get them to that state? And trying to imagine what it had been like. Yes, you see films and plays on the television, but when it's part of your family, okay, family you've never known, but they are part of you, it's hard to imagine. And goodness knows what they would make of me sitting talking to people who I will never meet. They would be mind blown. So am I. But I want to share a poem with you. And it's from the new book I've just got by Donna Ashworth, Growing Brave. And this was what was being delivered on the day I had to rush and get dressed rather than go to the door in my fluffy dressing gown. And it's called Flames. She uses the word woman, but it applies to anybody, just the same. When faced with a decision that scares you, think of those who walked your lineage. The women whose bodies created line after line of your blood. The fierce females who could only dream of the opportunities you have now. Talk to your ancestors, my friend. Hear their primal roar. They are beside you. You are never alone. When faced with a risk in this life, just once or twice, jump bravely into the fire they knew so well, knowing that they will cover you, guide you through and pull you out the other side. They speak to you through your gut. These souls with their wisdom learned in lifetimes of bravery, breakthroughs, and bold beauty. Listen, be held, and jump into the flames. I really like that. Apart from the concept of jumping into the flames, I've molded that in my mind to take it away from fire, but just metaphorical flames of life, that life is waiting to challenge you with these things. I've certainly draw upon my parents in my mind. There are times when I say, you know, I would love a hug from my mum. I would love to dance with my dad again. And that is because that is an essential part of who I was and who I am. And it's the same with all of us. We might not know anything about our ancestors. I have a friend whose lineage seems to include some people of rather grand status. Mine doesn't. But they have made her what she is, and mine have made me what I am. Okay, diluted over the years, but still a part. And one of my ancestors was quite a fiery little politician, I think. And I like to think of that, not of being a politician, but of being fiery. She stood up for those who were downtrodden, for those whose needs were being ignored. And I like to think that maybe that little bit of DNA is within me, and that's what's giving me the fire in my belly. The fire in my belly that's led me to do some of the things that I have done in my life. So, thank you to Donna. I'll put the link to her new book in the blurb underneath. And thank you for joining me. Take care. Have a think about those ancestors, even if you don't know. See if you've got any old photographs. I've got some. I've no idea who some of the people are on it. I don't know if they're friends or family. But I look at them and think, now I wonder if you were an auntie of mine. Wonder if you were an uncle. Maybe I've adopted them as I have done other things on my ancestry, my ancestry tree. On that note, thank you. Cheerio for now and take care. Bye.